Hello. Okay. Oi, oi, oi. If you're seeing this message, it could be something for you. We got the world, okay? You could be opening yourself up to a brand new beginning. And the hangman right here. You could have really been taking the time to look at things from a different perspective and allowing yourself to surrender into a new truth, okay? Embarking on a new beginning. We got the 8 of Wands right here. There could be some type of movement or action and communication that is helping you to lead more intentionally in this new way. Oh, and we got the 10 of Cups. You can be moving forward in a way as you know you're leading towards true emotional fulfillment. Okay. In my dream this morning, I was receiving just a message: clarity and truth. Clarity, truth, and alignment. So you could be getting to greater awareness. And with the 7 of Wands right here, you could be really sticking to the awareness that you formed and taking action in a way that you know that you're meant to. Okay. I also got another message of not playing games. Okay, so 10 of Wands right there. It's like you know what you're wanting to dedicate yourself to, what type of weight you're wanting to carry, and what the sense of purpose that you have within you. Okay, so not playing games. It's like not allowing for misconceptions and staying true to what you know is meant to be. Okay. Alright, look at that. Okay, we get the soul, which is the Fool. The soul in this deck. It says creation of a of a living being. Okay, so you can be really kind of embracing your inner sense of self and purpose, okay, and rising above, elevating and aligning, like I was saying. And with 10 of Pentacles, okay, you're moving towards what it is that you feel is truly important, and that you're being guided towards, that you have in mind for your long-term goals. And there could be certain awarenesses that, the direction that you're going could be shrouded in certain ways, but you're also still paying attention intuitively of, the path that you're meant to be taking. Okay, so, whoop. Okay. So we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Strength card, okay? So you could have been really working on certain things, sowing your seeds, and working towards growth and maturity. Also recognizing the strength that you have in, situations of difficulty that you can be reliant upon, okay? That you could have a certain faith and courage and confidence within you, knowing that the work that you've been doing is, really leading you to where you're meant to be. Okay, we got the Page of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So at this time, you could be, really preparing yourself to embrace different partnerships where you can be creating alongside others and really forming the environment and the atmosphere that you're desiring of, in a way where you know what is important and what is meant to be done by you, and also what is meant to be done by others in a way that, like, you're no longer questioning. Okay, we got the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. You could be getting to a position where you are embracing your emotional expression and engaging in a way that you know is true for you. Also recognizing, through the faith that you have, what it is that you're desiring of having come into your life, and what it is that had been lacking previously. We have the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So it's like you could be, like I was saying with the clarity, you could be having a truth that is helping to guide you through different illusionary aspects, and you could be having a greater sense of confidence within this, knowing that you are embracing divine guidance and knowledge. Okay. All right, and you're looking at conflict from a different perspective. I was just talking about that with my kids earlier. Like, instead of just focusing on the problem, you could be really looking at things from a different perspective and focusing more on the solution to the difficulty that you had been navigating through previously. And you could be really kind of creating a more solid and firm foundation with the intentional efforts that you're bringing into a situation. Okay. You could be like recognizing each different factor of what is needed to be put into a situation in order, or what is desired as well, in order to form your life more intentionally. And this, I just got reminded of, like, what was it? The stone the builder rejected is now becomes the new cornerstone. So it's like, instead of feeling like, you know, there were situations that you were misunderstood or disregarded or something like that, you know, it's like, instead of focusing on not being the same as what had been previously going on, you could be recognizing that you're embracing your own individuality and the differences that you embody. Okay, we got the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. So, you could have been in, you know, a period of contemplation and really getting to a greater emotional awareness and having a greater sense of confidence with what it is that you've envisioned at this time for what you are, you know, wanting to create and form. And we got 5-5 and then 14-14. And 13-13. It's like you're no longer wanting to open yourself up to situations that are really not desired or feeling truly aligned and right for you. And you could be feeling, you know, that you found what is truly important. You could have gone inward in different ways instead of focusing on what other people are desiring from you or thinking, or trying to guide you towards, you know, what is important. You could be recognizing that you've been able to figure this out for yourself, and you could be ready to, you know, present your emotional expression in a way, or the feelings that you have within you in a way that is like, it's like you're recalling back what had been important to you in your younger years, or, you know, within your inner child. You could be wanting to honor the feelings that you have within you more intentionally, and shine a light on your true desired emotional expression. Okay. Whoop. Okay. So we got the World, the 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. You know, as you move forward more intentionally, you could be recognizing that you are embarking on a new beginning and closing out old cycles. You could be knowing where it is that you're being drawn into, but there could be certain anxiety when it comes to the plans that you're desiring to make. And let me see. What was this saying? Hold on a second. So you could be having anxiety when it comes to certain plans that you are, feeling that you're, needing to make, but you could be, it's basically about, really embracing the expression that you have, that you're desiring to. There could be a need to remind yourself of the true alignment and the path that you've been leading yourself on, instead of it being like concerned with what other people might have to say or what their opinions might be about what it is that you're doing. There's like a need to look at things from a more purposeful position. Okay, let me see. Oh man, that's annoying. It doesn't have the reversal in here. I'm trying to find a reversal for the 2 cups really quick so I can get a little code word. Here we go. Hold on. I don't think this has a reversal either. That's annoying. Hold on. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, you could be we have rejection, separation, and disharmony. So it's like the focus that you have as far as, what is fueling your anxiety could be based on not being truly accepted by other people with your desired expression. But at the same time, you could be recognizing that there are major shifts that need to occur in order for you to really be able to embrace the alignment that you've been feeling for yourself, like, and have it be a natural expression. And when you do kind of move in that way that is purposeful and disregarding the negative outlooks or problem-based mentality, you could be coming into a situation where you are seeing how much more of an influence that you could be creating by expressing your truth, and instead of focusing on the people who won't be understanding of you, you could be focused more on, just yourself, and draw people in a way that is true and authentic, and uneasily able to be disregarded. Okay, so it's like as you move forward with your truth and your purpose, instead of having other people's outlooks deter you, you could be really embracing your true strength. Okay, and opening yourself up to a true awakening. Hold on. Okay, and with the 6 of Cups and the 7 of Wands, as you do move intentionally, you could be, really healing your inner child, getting back to a greater sense of joy and innocence, reuniting with like-minded individuals, and knowing what it is that you are standing up towards, knowing what it is that you are able to do in the eyes of adversity, and you'll be able to stay true to the position that you're in that much more confidently. Okay, so look at that. We got the Ace of Pentacles right there, the 8 of Wands, and the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. So as you move forward in a way where you're taking action as you're meant to, you could be really embarking towards a new beginning, bringing others closer together, and recognizing what you're bringing physically into your life. And you could be looking at things from a much more positive way as you elevate through difficulty and initiate in a way that is asserting your true strength and power. Excuse me. Where was that card? Yeah. So once you kind of get into that position, you could be feeling that much more confident with the movement, the action, and the communication that you embody. And you could be aligning your intuition with the physical strength and stability that you are forming in your life at this time. So it's like you could be kind of recognizing a more stable situation, environment, outlook, mentality, all that type of stuff. And instead of having, you know, your inner self be opposed or let me see, disregarded, you could be moving in a way that you're feeling that much more confident with the path that you've navigated through and the way that you are expressing yourself and embodying your truth. Okay, so wow. Pretty heavy. Let's see, we got golden light. Healing comes from within. Okay, and Christ, love knows only mercy. Okay, so you could be, you know, really enlightening yourself and really seeing things through a more loving perspective in a way that is able to help you express your truth, reclaim your inner sense of self, and anchor your awareness into your reality. Okay. We got the Alpha and the Omega. It's funny, I just had this like meditation the other day that was including that, so that's cool. But yeah, everything, or every ending is a new beginning. The first will be last and the last will be first. So you could be recognizing that you are you know, like the body of God, you know, and there's a need to really embrace this awareness in a way that you you could be knowing intentionally, more intentionally, what it is you're forming and allowing into your life. It says sacred worth, I am worthy of love. Okay. The rose, I trust divine timing. I speak from my heart. I rise with only more soul, and I reclaim my soul. Okay. Love has already won, and everything comes from within. So you could be also really paying attention to the symbolism in your life, and how having this to help guide you. But roses and rainbows could be relevant. So as you take action more intentionally, excuse me, in a way that you know is truly aligned for you, you could be really embodying the energy that you're meant to, instead of you know, playing down your role or disregarding your true importance. Okay. I trust what my soul desires. We exist in and with each other. Okay. So instead of feeling separate in a situation, you could be really embracing the pull that you've been feeling, and moving forward towards what you're intentionally trying to create. It says the legacy and love is always legendary. The soul, I am free. So I have not bound anything. So you could be, you know, really kind of getting to a position where you're that much more open and expressive of your truth in a way that you are really feeling the strength within you. Okay. And staying true to this. Okay. Feeling the support and the guidance that you have, recognizing that you are, you know, not the only one in the situation. You're part of a larger picture, and you you know, as you move forward in a way that is aligned and true for you, you're moving forward in a way that is, you know, leading you towards your, where you're truly meant to be, and creating the change not only for yourself but for others. I feel like I keep just repeating myself. So that could be something. Oh. But we had Christ, and then the Mary Magdalene card is coming out right here. So love only ever expands. You could be recognizing that as you navigate in this way that could have been daunting or distressing previously, you could be recognizing that with each step that you're taking, you are being supported and also uplifted. Okay, you could be, you know, stabilized within each action that you take, knowing that you're you know, initiating on solid ground instead of having something be kind of like breaking apart at your feet. Okay, I carry a cathedral within me, and the body never lies. Okay, so we have the heart. It says right here, I carry a cathedral within me. So you could be, like I said, recognizing the support that you have, and also paying a lot more attention to your intuitive awarenesses and the physical truth of the feelings that you are navigating through when you take these steps to move forward. Okay. You're recognizing that you've never been alone. Healing comes from within, and everything comes from within. That's funny. So yeah, you definitely could be feeling more confident with the inner work that you've been doing and where this is leading you. Recognizing that you're anchored in love. I am in service in love. Your sanctuary exists within you. You could be feeling a lot more secure and content with, you know, the feelings that you have. And as you move forward, it says myself and my soul are one. You could be really coming into union with your true self, and knowing what it is that you can surrender into, knowing that you're in good hands. Okay. It says judgment. The whole point is to be human. So instead of trying to, you know, maybe be perfect or control, you know, a situation that you feel is overwhelming, you know, you could be feeling a lot more support and a greater sense of security within the outer world, like let me see, like results or what's the word I'm looking for, the response that you're receiving from the action that you're taking. But also you could be feeling much more content with you know, the true awarenesses that you formed within you. Okay, I'm gonna do this one really quickly. We got confidence and strength right here. You could be, you know, really feeling much more confident with following your heart and moving forward intentionally, okay, towards what it is that you had been restricting yourself from previously. Okay, you could be feeling like you're moving forward more passionately towards what it is that you truly desire. Seems like there's like this energy of like, you know, a lot of stop and start type of feeling, you know, where you're like, okay, I got this, and then you move forward, but then you're like, wait, and you pull back, you know. So there could have been a lot of that going on, but once you create a momentum and continue to move forward, you'll be recognizing the energetic changes that you're receiving into your life. And the Hangman again right here, with the Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Cups. So you could have really been looking at things from all different perspectives and surrendering into this illumination, ready to really follow your heart, like I said, moving forward with what you feel is truly important to you emotionally. Okay. You could have been preparing yourself with how to deal with certain difficult choices and allowing for a greater transformation. Okay. Also recognizing what role you're playing and what steps you're meant to be taking. Having a greater truth and awareness. You could be recognizing your ability regardless of what different anxieties you might be having or facing. You could be feeling much more confident with launching forward and initiating, taking yourself out of certain situations that you know are not compatible or conducive, and really kind of getting the strength to launch forward and move into this new shift, this shift of perspective and your environment, okay? And you could be recognizing that you've really learned what it is that you're needing to in order to feel liberated and stay true to your position, okay? All right. Ooh, looky. We got the Ace of Pentacles, okay, to the Ten of Pentacles. So you could be knowing that when you embrace this new beginning and, you know, really allow these shifts and changes to physically manifest in your life, you could be leading yourself towards your long-term goals and the true legacy that you're desiring to leave behind. And you could be, you know, really feeling like you can dedicate yourself to move forward into the next chapter instead of feeling hesitant or, excuse me, like being on the sidelines. You could be, excuse me, recognizing confirmations. You could be recognizing what it is that you're truly wanting to dedicate yourself to. And like I said, knowing the role that you are meant to embody with, you know, enacting this change. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. So you're getting to a stable position where you're able to handle manipulation and deception in different areas of conflict. And you could also be having other people come into your life that are able to help support and stabilize those difficulties as well. Okay. You'd be moving into a position where you're really elevating and moving much more triumphantly and victoriously towards what you feel would be a wish come true. Okay, you could be recognizing the importance within your true emotional expression and how this is leading you towards, you know, what it is that you're meant to receive instead of focusing on loss or situations that you're not really wanting to open yourself up to. Okay, so you could be, you know, getting to a much a greater strength and confidence with what it is that you're embodying and what you're meant to receive, okay, with this new alignment. All right. You could have been restricting yourself based on fear, but, you know, with all this inner work, it's like, you know, really hard to disregard the truth of what you've been able to form and come into awareness with, okay? And, you could be really recognizing energetically, you know, what it is that you're putting out there and what you're receiving in comparison to, you know, what you've been dealing with previously. You could be feeling that there is a truer balance, not only within you, but within you know, the reciprocal dynamic, like energetically, like what you're putting out, you're also recognizing you're receiving the same type of energy back. Okay. And there's another confirmation. Those cards came out. The Eight of Swords and the Moon, you know, you could be recognizing, using your discernment that you had been restricting yourself based on fear. It was something that I think I wrote something down about that too. Oh, you know what? That was the not playing games part, was like somebody could be not wanting to, you know, engage in a certain way because of, you know, a game playing outlook or mentality. They could be not wanting to put themselves into a situation where there is a chance of their sense of importance or care and concern being disregarded. So somebody could be not wanting to engage in a situation that they are unsure of, right? But as you spent the time to go inward and seek within you what it is important, you know, what is important, you could be recognizing that you do have the keys to navigate through and move more intentionally, to enter into situations where you can be feeling truly transformed and confident within where you feel you're being led and what you're meant to be opening yourself up to. Okay. And we have the Call, which is the Judgment in this deck, and the Ten of Swords. So as you move into alignment more intentionally, you could be recognizing that you are also releasing yourself from painful outlooks and dynamics and situations. Okay, so you could be, you know, in a position where that had been what was holding you back previously, and now you're with your own inner alignment. You could be, you know, seeing the difference of, you know, what it is that you're even allowing into your life as a normal. In this way, closing out cycles of negativity, you know, based on no longer allowing that to be what is navigating you. Okay. All right. You know, there could have been a lot of different battles and difficulty that you had held your ground with and risen above. And it could be helping to show you that much more of, you know, how much further you're wanting to go in order to make sure that things are just as you're desiring. Okay, so instead of it being like a feeling of settling, you could be feeling like, you know, this is my truth that I'm expressing. I've gone through all these different difficulties, and I'm not going to shy away from my true essence or self at this point. Okay. Oh, oh, how cute. Oh, there. How cute. So we got the Four of Wands and the Sun. How cute. So in this way of knowing that you're not wanting to settle for something that's like less than what you know you truly desire, you can be moving into a position where you can, you know, bring your plans in to fruition with the plans of others in order to create a greater structure within your home, your family, your relationships, your community. There's also the Twin Flame card, but you could be feeling much more confident with, you know, what it is that you are forming more intentionally instead of having to just kind of battle against. Okay. And you could be definitely walking away from the outlook of illusion, excuse me, and recognizing what it is that's important for you. You could have been, you know, building and forming something for a long time and recognize there was certain cracks or, you know, chinks in the armor or whatever. Did I just say that right? I feel like I said that wrong. I feel like that might not have been the wrong word. I don't know. Anyway, so, you be recognizing, there's certain, you know, falsehoods or whatever that are that you had been trying to compensate for previously, and at this time you're recognizing you know, the illusionary outlook that had been embodying, and you could be ready to really kind of move on with your own like sense of intention and desires, and like, let me see, like moving in a way where you know you're working towards what is truly important towards you or for you, instead of focusing on trying to alleviate or fix things that are not meant to stay in the situation. Okay. Oh, and that's funny because we got the Strength card again right there on the bottom. That was the first card I saw when I pulled this. So you could be getting to a greater sense of confidence with not only yourself, but with also the partnerships and the team and group dynamics that you're embracing with these changes that you've formed within you. Okay. Right. Oh. And you could be getting to a much more skilled. Oh, we got 2 of Cups right there and the Lovers. So you could be getting into a much more skilled outlook with what it is that you're bringing into a situation, the work that you've done, and how you're expressing yourself in a much more loving way. You could be, you know, like kind of surrendering into truly loving dynamics and feeling secure and content with the position you're bringing yourself to. And you could be feeling a lot more lighthearted and playful, paying attention to the divine guidance that you're receiving. Okay, you could have had a lot of patience dealing with pain and negativity, but at this point you are moving forward in a purposeful and passionate way, really creating the balance within yourself and embarking on a truly new beginning. Okay, you could be getting a lot more cooperation within your environment, and this is helping to let me see, support the truth and the clarity that you have within you and how you're wanting to move more intentionally at this time. Okay, so you could be feeling you know, navigating through a lot of difficulty, but getting that much more secure with your own inner thoughts and feelings and the actions that you're meant to be taking. Okay, let me see, how far am I? 37. Oh, we got the fear right here. Okay, maybe I should talk about what the fear is. Somebody could be wanting to be practical, okay? So they could have certain fears that are leading them out of this feeling or outlook, right? They could be feeling, this is wild and crazy and I don't know, or something like that, you know? But there could be a need to really kind of recognize what the feeling that you're, you know, that you have within you, you know, what it really means to you to embrace this truth instead of focusing on the negative. There could be, you know, a true need to see the larger picture and the greater sense of importance to embracing and embodying those feelings. Okay, so all right. Yeah, you could be having the outlook of scarcity or lack or struggle that is dominating the situation, but there's a need to allow yourself to rise above that outlook and feel the greater sense of security that you could be feeling when you are embracing your truth. Okay, you could have been surrounded by people who were you know, superficial or focused on their own gain, regardless of how they were to achieve this. Okay, and at this point you're recognizing how those relationships, dynamics, or outlooks had been interfering or hindering your true connections, and instead of feeling guilty, remorseful, or regretful, there's a need to recognize something that you may not have been as you were navigating through these situations, and be like, you know, it's like when somebody has what's it called? Like there's like a con artist type of thing or whatever, you know, like con man, whatever. Somebody's got some agenda and this, you know, spiel and everything, and they go and they hook, line, and sinker, you know, get you, you know, thinking what they want you to think or whatever the case is. And instead of feeling like bad about allowing that to happen to you, there's a need to kind of recognize that that was somebody else's intention, and the fact that you may have been disregarding certain inner feelings or not even having the outlook that other people would be behaving this way. It's like you can't be blaming yourself for not having the same mentality as somebody who, you know, obviously doesn't care about the same types of things that you care about, you know. So instead of like holding yourself back, just take it as a lesson, and allow yourself to really open up to the broader perspective of the importance of why somebody would be trying to stop you from moving forward, and recognize the strength that you have within you to create change, not only for yourself but for others. Okay, so yeah, there could be, you know, a recognition of other people's, you know, intent to harm or hurt the situation or bring chaos into your life. But you could also be getting to a greater sense of strength based on the awareness of knowing how much love you could be bringing into a situation once you move forward purposefully with what it is that you're, you know, wanting to express. So, you know, get to the understanding of the true strength that you have within you, instead of feeling bad for not having recognized this previously, or for allowing other people's negativity to kind of narrate or navigate for you. Okay, so there's like the strength that you have within you could be that much more important, or you know, creating shifts and changes in not only your life but in others' lives. And there could be this energetic awareness by others that you hadn't been opening yourself up to, but once you do, you could be feeling that much more confident with the changes and the actions that you know that you're meant to be taking. Oh, look at that. You'd be recognizing what had been toxic, harmful, or poisonous for you, okay, that other people had been trying to give or bring into your life in a way where they were falsifying their truth and trying to bring you more harm, you know. So you could be, you know, getting to a greater awareness of look at that, we got fortune. The abundance that you could really be forming and creating as you move forward aligned and with your truth. And you could be seeing how much more, that much more, like, obviously, I guess, like, based on what it is that you could be bringing into a situation, why others would be wanting to stop you from doing so. Okay, so and we got a gift and victory right here, success. All right, somebody could be, you know, wanting to take this from you. They could be wanting to stop you or take it for themselves. Okay, whoa. But you know, like maybe a destiny swap type of situation. But you could be needing to know that what is meant for you is meant for you. Confirmation. Okay. And regardless of what somebody else is doing, they could get you off track, but they can't stop you from, you know, as you're working purposefully and aligned and all that type of stuff, they can't stop you from what it is that you're meant to be bringing into a situation or where you're meant to be leading yourself. They can try and deter you or get you off track, but as long as you're staying focused, you know, you will be achieving what it is that you're desiring of. And you could be moving into a position where you have a commitment or an agreement with others who are sweet and compassionate and innocent. okay? And you could be helping others to elevate out of whatever disease or sickness they had been exposed to themselves, okay? So, all right, look at that. Yeah, somebody definitely could be trying to destiny swap you, okay? We got impersonation and destiny right there. So, instead of allowing for this falsification or whatever, just know that as you move forward, you will be, you know, in union with who it is that you're meant to. You will be creating what it is that you're meant to, and achieving your true destined position. Look at that. Okay, you will be getting the access. Oh my god. We got the collective. And Leo, you know, you could be, or yeah, Leo. For some reason, I thought I said that wrong. But, yeah, you could be moving into a position that is truly meant for you, okay? And, you could be feeling a lot more confident within your position, within the collective, and courageous when it comes to, you know, the actions that you know that you're meant to be taking. Okay. Crap. Ew, what joke? Ah! All right. Oh, one more. Okay. Oh, those two. Okay, here we go. Where are we at? Here we go. So you could be paying a lot more attention to other people's illusionary expressions. You know, what kind of falsehoods they could be trying to implant within you. Okay, you'd be paying more attention to your intuition and the guidance that you're receiving, instead of focusing on the mind games of others who are trying to bind and control what it is that you have coming into your life, all right? And you could be feeling much more determined and forceful, okay? Paying attention to your emotions and your intuitive powers, okay? And being much more passionate, exciting, and knowing that you're moving towards, you know, really drawing what you're desiring into your life, okay? We got the fear card right here. Yeah, you could have been running from certain fear, but there's a need for you to assert yourself more intentionally. There could have been, you know, overwhelm in certain ways, but as you navigate and do the energy work that you're needing to, excuse me, you could be addressing different situations with emotional manipulation, or abandonment and isolation, okay? So instead of focusing on the fear, you could be feeling that you are safe, secure, and guarded from the difficulty that had been trying to be presented towards you, okay? You could be really moving in a way where you are a role model with expressing unconditional love, okay? There could be others who are gossiping or spreading lies about what your true abilities are, and trying to take away from what you are forming and creating and bringing into the world, okay? But those people could also be in a position of not wanting to openly follow or be willing to accept your truth, okay? They could be people who are, you know, wanting to stay behind, you know, whatever secret outlook, I guess. Like, they could be watching you from afar, but they could be in a position where they are openly opposing you, but they are recognizing and learning things, regardless of whether they're wanting to admit this, all right? Okay. People could be shocked and surprised based on what you had been going through, what had been taken from you in your life at different times. And you could be expressing yourself where you are modest and shy. They could be not really recognizing within you energetically all that you had navigated through or experienced, okay? And once they kind of like come to certain awarenesses, they could be recognizing how we have reliable on both of these cards right here. So you know, that you are someone that can, you know, dedicate yourself to a position, be relied upon, you know, express your truth in a way that is intelligent and meticulous, okay, analytical, practical, warm-hearted, loving, determined, okay? And instead of feeling like you hadn't gone through different things, they could be recognizing the strength that you have within you for having had to experience those things and still have a positive expression, okay? So yeah, there could have been, oh man, hold on. Whoops. I hung up too soon. Anyway, yeah, there could have been people who were, feeling, they could be, falsifying themselves. They could be wearing masks themselves based on, insecurity or self-doubt, but they also could have been projecting this onto you, and, possibly even having, certain insecurities within them based on kind of like falsifying the truth that they had for what their impression was of you. I was gonna mix those words up. Anyway, so whoa. Yeah, other people could be recognizing the strength that you have within you, and the fact that they could have also been putting falsehoods onto you based on not recognizing that before, okay? Let me get this other one right here. This one? Okay. Alright, you could have had a lot of different things that were trying to block you from your true abundance, okay? But when you stay balanced within your emotional and intuitive understanding, okay, you could be recognizing that you have been placed in a kind of like a protective shell, okay, and that those situations may have been blocked from you previously, but it doesn't mean that they aren't still for you. And as you open yourself up more intentionally, those blockages will be also opening up as well, okay? All right, so we got game over, another confirmation about not playing games, okay? Somebody's no longer focusing on lack or scarcity, struggle, and poverty, and they're moving forward towards what it is that is truly attracting, alluring, and enticing, okay? And instead of focusing on the negativity that's been surrounding you based on possibly other people's negative energy or spell work, you could be moving in a way that is, you know, really kind of healing, moving towards recovery, and you know, mending certain pain or difficulty that you had navigated previously. And you could be getting to a much more confident position with the work that you're doing. Ooh, and the spiritual rank that you have, okay? We got practical, prudent, ambitious, disciplined, patient, careful, humorous, and reserved. Okay, so you know, there could be other people who are just kind of recognizing your normal expression where they had been projecting previously. They could be seeing the truth within this for you. Okay, and there could be some type of messages that you are either receiving. I got 2 phone calls just now, and I'm looking at this incoming call instead of any of these other things on there. So you could be getting certain communication coming in that will be creating a balance. We got diplomatic, okay, romantic, charming, idealistic, peaceable, sociable, easygoing. So you could be having some type of communication that comes in that's bringing a balance and allowing for a more loving expression in a natural way. Oh, and we got confirmation on the balance right there. Okay. Somebody is able to shift and change with certain truths, okay, and assert themselves in a way where they are moving forward, where they're intentionally creating, okay, and aligned with, you know, source and God, instead of feeling unstable or unhinged. Somebody is, you know, getting ready to be vulnerable and express themselves in a way that they could feel like they've been exposing themselves previously. There could be this, like, let me see, energetic awareness of a deeper connection, and you could be getting to a greater sense of peace, harmony, and calm within the actions that you're taking and where you're leading yourself, okay, and who you're surrounded by. All right. So where there had been the feeling of being left behind, or, you know, there could have been rejection or abandonment previously, you could be recognizing that that was based on other people's outlooks of what should be important, okay? And in the outlook of... let me see, trying to control the narrative of what is true and not true, okay? So there could be a need to recognize false and fraudulent dynamics and where other people are trying to kind of set you up, but just stay true to yourself regardless of the difficulty, and kind of like utilize the authority that you have within you in order to continue to navigate forward more confidently, instead of having other people's misunderstanding or misguided viewpoints be what navigates for you. Okay. I think that's it. This little card, I keep getting these phone calls though, so I'm just gonna pull a couple from here. And I gotta make some return phone calls. Oh, I'm terrified. Knock on wood. We all good. We got light right here, okay? So somebody could be needing to focus more on the light and love in a situation instead of the fear and the pain or the frustration. Okay, I want a fresh start with you. Somebody could be with the 9 and the 1, you know, ready to complete and form certain cycles and move forward towards new beginnings. It says, listen to your heart, okay? So somebody could be getting into a greater alignment with themselves. Knowing what their feelings are a little more intentionally. Okay. It says, love me. Okay. And then, I miss you. Do you? And listen to your heart. Okay. So, yeah, somebody could be ready to express themselves to you openly, and wanting to have some type of conversation. I know I've been having a lot of those conversations come at me recently where, other people are, you know, wanting my opinion on previous dynamics. And it's like, instead of, you don't have to focus on all the negative and all the pain and all the difficulty of what had happened previously, but when you pay attention to what your inner self is saying, it helps to guide you through these difficult propositions, or conversational dynamics, and instead of just trying to appease other people, staying true to yourself and expressing yourself from that awareness is, something that can help you to guide through possible difficulty, or the pain of previous situations, and really feel confident with the steps you're taking, instead of feeling like you're fumbling or having to sidestep a situation. Okay, so we got 1, 2 right here, but you could be creating moving forward into a new beginning, really knowing what it is that you're allowing into your life physically. You could be creating a greater balance and recognizing where you need more balance. Okay, and you could be getting to a physical position with others in a way that is desired, okay, by both parties. It says, you matter, all right? I dream about you a lot, maybe a little too much, okay? I know you from somewhere. So, let me see. You could be recognizing the influence that you have on others, okay? And what their thoughts or their focus might be when it comes to you. It says, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Somebody's wanting to seek professional advice, okay? So there could be certain pain that you're navigating through in a way, or someone is, that is helping to, like, guide and disregard and move forward and heal, right? And we have time to ground yourself, okay? So instead of allowing or making, like, forcing yourself to accommodate other people's needs or desires from you, you could be recognizing what it is that you are wanting to freely give and receive of, okay? You could be recognizing what types of shifts or changes you're, not wanting to make, based on how it could be leading you astray from, what it is that you're really wanting to bring into your life, okay? We got 6-2 right here. 628. That's really similar to a person's birthday, I know. Anyway, so it says, I still don't have all the answers, but strength right here. So, you might not know everything about everything, but you could be finding a greater sense of strength within yourself, okay? And you could be recognizing where other people are feeling similarly, okay? Instead of having to, kind of disregard your truth. And we got 222 right here. Instead of disregarding your truth, you can move confidently in a way where you will also be receiving other people's energy coming towards you in your life that is mirroring what you're now embodying for yourself, okay? You could be recognizing, it says, I am addicted to you, and then it says, definitely. You could be recognizing, connections that you have with others, and the desire to embark or embrace this scenario, okay? It says, I need more time, but I am manifesting you. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? Okay. It kind of question's a little weird, right? So somebody could be really wanting to get to a position of security within themselves. This could be someone who's coming towards you. But, They could be recognizing that they are ready for this. They're wanting to move forward towards a new beginning, but they're also wanting you to choose and show them that this is what you're wanting, okay? They're wondering if they have lost everything. They could be, worrying a lot about a situation, but if you're moving forward confidently, then you could be, helping to guide them through these questions to get to, the true answer, whether it's desired by others or not. You could be feeling confident with the way you're expressing yourself. It says, I meant what I said, and I'm open to compromise. We got number 52 right here. And so it says, I am terrified that there is someone else, okay? So that could be really, what somebody else is feeling in a situation and why they haven't really been presenting themselves. And right there, I just pulled the Ace of Swords, so that could be true, what I'm saying. Somebody is in pain because of this thought process, okay? They're wondering if you even see them that way, okay? But they also feel that if they move forward towards you, that they could lose everything, okay? So they could be wanting to get to a greater sense of clarity and truth, okay? They could be concerned of what is wrong and right in the situation. Oh. Someone could be very jealous. They're afraid to talk to you based on the truth that they're carrying within, okay? They might not feel like they are able to handle the situation based on the amount of care that they have, okay? But it says somebody has received wrongful advice. They want you. They want a fresh start with you. And 6. Okay. Let me see. What else? Impassion. Okay, so somebody could be wanting to move forward purposefully. Maybe purposefully. Just kidding. And move forward towards, a new beginning. Okay. It says, I'm absolutely in love with you. I just wish things were different. Now is not the time. Okay. No, it's not the time, it says. Oh. But then it says, I am coming, trust. You just need to wait. Okay, so it's a lot of there's definitely a lot of passion though. That one's still there. Someone wants to hold you. You're very special. They're waiting for you. My life started when I met you. Somebody's wanting to be more selfish, but they're unsure of whether you choose them. They want to start a family with you, but they don't think your family would like them. But they just want you all the time. They feel like you have so many choices and options, okay? It says, I left because you told me to, but you are wrong. And somebody's wanting to reach out, okay? So, my goodness. But they're wondering if you care, okay? And they feel like they might need a little bit more time, but even that, they're like unsure of, okay? So somebody could be going through a lot of different awarenesses within themselves, okay? They're really wondering if you care or not. Yeah, so somebody could be going through different awarenesses within themselves, but still navigating in a way where they're unsure of what your position is. So they could be knowing what their feelings are, but then they go and second guess themselves based on not having the clarity that they need from, the other party, okay? But just keep in mind, I guess, it said slow connection on the bottom right there, so there could be a lot of work that's needing to be done within each party to get to a more comfortable position, ready for union, okay? So whatever it is that you feel like with the jealousy, with all the different insecurities and stuff like those once they're healed within each individual, more intentionally, then it creates, it takes the space out of the separation and it draws each person together, So anyway, I will be back on later and hopefully this helped. Chapped lips could be something because these are driving me nuts right now. I'm like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, what is happening? You're having it. Anyway, get your chapstick. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.